Hello, everyone. Probably look a little fresher than I did at, let's say, 2 a.m. this morning or 1 a.m. whenever I did my live. So welcome, welcome. So hope everybody's having a fabulous Christmas Eve. Lots of festivities to do today. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. So many, different traditions happen today. I know my grandson is with his dad, and they're from Chile. So they celebrate Christmas today. So part of their celebrations is having um, uh, Christmas dinner and things like that. And they'll be going to cousins' houses and opening up gifts and things. So that, I mean, it works out very nicely because uh, we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day. So he'll be coming home tomorrow morning. So that's really, really nice. For those who ordered their full moon readings, I'll be doing them shortly, and you will be getting them out. I was going to say you'll be getting them out in the mail, probably the email, not not in your mail. Well, your mailbox. Yeah, I guess it's your mailbox. Is that weird? Yeah, I'm just thinking mailbox. Anyways, but if you caught my live last night, I was showing everybody I was doing a little spell, and I did a little spell this morning and finished it all off this morning and sent the energy away and cleansed and cleared. And it's funny, this is what happened after I did this. Okay, this is kind of like the crazy thing that I did. My husband has we have a candle in the bedroom. Ooh, we got a candle in the bedroom. Ooh. Anyways, got a candle in the bedroom. Uh, and it's it was fine, but my husband lit the candle, not thinking anything of it, and it's a 3-wick candle. It's from Bath Body and Beyond candle, and it wasn't it wasn't done, it wasn't done, it was, maybe 3/4 of the way, and, so he lit it and not thinking anything about it, and it exploded. It exploded. So I finished doing my ritual from last night, and I took everything, cleaned it up, and I threw it out, and I said, "Be gone. I'm done. Boom. I don't need to deal with your bullshit. Whatever." Gone. And then that happened. And then a cloth that he had, he's sort of like, holy shit, it's sort of like things started, because the oil, I guess, that was in the wax sort of started on fire. So he threw a thing on it, threw it in the sink, and yeah, that was crazy. That was just crazy. And I really didn't think too much about it. And then we're talking about it, and I'm just like, holy shit. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that showed to me that that energy's gone, or that energy, whatever it was, tried to stick on or stay, right? And because I've burnt those candles for years. I've even taken and recycled the wax. I made other candles out of the wax because that's what I like to do. And yeah, and it was just one of those things and it wasn't even hot. That's the whole thing. That's the other crazy thing was, it wasn't like the candle was burning for hours, right? This piece of hair is just like driving me nuts. It's supposed to go nicely. Like I tried to get it to go really cute and nice, but let's see if I can do it. But it wasn't even like it was burning for hours. Like sometimes if you leave a candle and it burns for hours, then I can see, but he just lit it. Like it was within a few minutes of lighting it. So it didn't even have time to really heat up, kind of thing. And I lit the candle out here, and I cleansed out here, and I was cleansing, and yeah, and I was in the middle of doing my prayers too this morning when this all happened. So I was in a meditation, I could hear something going on there, and then he afterwards, then he came and told me, and I was just like, holy shit. That was just the sequencing of it all was just amazing. So number one, Doesn't matter, it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, whatever it is, protect yourself, right? If you got a hunch about something, go with your hunch, you know? Um, if something just feels odd or you just know it's off, really trust in that intuition that's coming towards you because it's your body, your skin will pick up energy um before your brain or before other parts that will pick it up. So if you get like a tingling or something's wrong or something's off, and I've been so busy in the last few days that for me it came in a dream. So I had two dreams 2 days in a row where a certain person came in the dream, and then I was like, holy shit. After that happened, I was sort of more pissed off than anything, and I saged my whole house. And then I thought, no, I need something more powerful. And a beautiful ritual came across my feed, and I'm like, holy shit, I could do that. That's, yeah, all right, let me do that. So I went out and bought some black candles, which was, 'cause I only had big black candles. I need a little spell candle, and all the other ingredients I had. I had the salt and I had the cayenne pepper and it is, and the lemon. So it was just, the lemon was, the sourness, you want to break, and the salt, for protection. And getting the hot pepper and stuff like that was just like, or chili peppers or anything like that. That's really breaking it away. You're banishing, you're not having that energy in and around you. And as I was doing it, I was also wanting to bring in, joy and fun and laughter and love and all of that kind of stuff, right? And breaking glass is a release in the energy. Yeah, it's like boom, it's done. But I just thought that was just, one of those things that craziness that happens, right? So trust in your intuition, trust in, if you have a hunch, a feeling that, oh, okay, something is up here, right? Um, because the thing is that you just may not, you might just shrug it off, or you just might say, oh yeah, whatever. But it's sometimes we give more power over because we're nice. A lot of times we give away our power because, it's like, oh, they would never do that. Oh, I haven't, you know, whatever. I haven't even talked about, but you don't know what's going on in the other person's mind, or they came across something on your feed and they're pissed off at you still. It's like, oh, she's still doing that kind of stuff, and whatever the rage is, like sometimes for me, admittedly, I see somebody and I'm just like, "Oh," but I just it for me, it's I get a frustration because I see the beautiful things that the person is doing, and I wanna do them too, right? And that's human nature, but then when I feel that way, or if I'm feeling that way, I just turn it around and I'm like, "You know what? You're doing a fabulous job. You keep going, girl." Like, you really have to watch your own energy and how you're sending out your own energy, because nobody's perfect, right? We all get mad, we all judge, we all get frustrated, and we get, like, fuck you and whatever at somebody, right? And we got to think that what we're doing or what we're sending out are spells, right? Because it's a spell, it's a word. So it's like really consciously being aware. The more consciously aware of what you are doing and how you are holding your energy, the stronger you are. It doesn't mean that you become this overly pious and egotistical asshole. It means that you become more humble and understanding, because you understand your own self and your own um parts of your own self. Like you just get to really get to say that, hey, yeah, I could be an asshole too, but you know what? I'm going to not only send love to myself and ask for the healing of the angels and the forgiveness of the divine, and really know that sometimes, consciously or unconsciously, I will attract, or I will send out things. So I ask for that releasement and I ask for that healing, and it is a practice, right? It is a practice to constantly to be doing that. Merry Christmas Eve to you too, Charlene. But this is where, when something like that, when somebody comes in and I don't know, just feels like they still want to hold something on to you. It's more of feeling sorry for that person, but knowing that they have to own their own. Now, I do things differently. I do send stuff to the light, but I also send things back to the person. The thing is that you have to own your own shit. Giving it to the light, having it burn off, that's great, but has that person learned anything? So it's like, if this is mine, I own what is mine. Whatever is theirs, I give it to them. And whatever needs to go to the light, I allow for it to go to the light. That's how I do it. It's not to curse anybody. It's not to condemn anybody. Although I'm very scorpionic, where if I get very Scorpio, I can be a real bitch. And some of my and I got to catch my mind, just like, whoa. Just got to watch my mind on where it fucking goes sometimes, because it could go down a road that's not very good. And I admit that. I own that. I catch myself with that, and I ask for forgiveness and blessings. And even if the person does not want to forgive you, they don't have to. They don't have to forgive you. They don't have to accept you. They don't have to like you. That's on that, whatever. Don't take that on. That's nothing to do with you. That's to do with them. There's a lot of things that you don't like. You can get a whole crayon pack. Do you like every single color in the crayon pack? Ha, I don't. Some colors I don't like. I mean, some of the, I have to use them because I'm doing something, but doesn't mean that I fully love that color, right? So so some colors I like more than other colors. It's just the way it is. But it's like understanding they all have a role to play in this world. They all have something to do in this world, and you just have to send it out with love. And the more you send out with love, the more comes back to you. And I this even for this, coming up to 2024, and just to let you know, if you want to join me for my predictions on December 30th, they're $30. So if you want to join me, it's $30 to join me. It is recording. You get the recording for it. So if you want to join me for the predictions of 2024, and things are, crazy and wonky, and a lot of things I think people already know how things are going to sort of lay out. But we also have, there's a lot of beautifulness that's coming in with the energies, and with Christmas. I just watched two it's funny, two videos. One was with Mapperton, and they have their own chapel on the estate. And so they had their Christmas Eve mass because it's in England. And then I watched another one, and they had a Yuletide celebration, winter solstice celebration, in the woods. I loved them both. I was more prone to the one in the woods than I was the one in the church. The church one was very beautiful and very loving. But I felt the one in the woods, and the women that were gathering, they're beating their drums, and they set a fire, and they're dancing, and they're just bringing up the beautiful energies and the spirit. I felt more in line to go dancing in the woods than I was to singing hymns in the church. And that's the thing, is like, you can have feelings for both. You can have feelings for wanting to be in a place that sings Christmas carols and midnight mass and all the whole bit, to where it's like, yeah, I just want to go out into the woods and pound my drum and dance around a fire and enjoy, right? So embracing those dualities about yourself is another piece as we are moving forward. Understanding you are many layers. You have many pieces that form around you, and to embrace all of those beautiful pieces that you have. So the other thing I was doing this morning, I was what else was I doing? I was also doing looking at, and I'll be posting this up, the weekly horoscopes. So because Jupiter's out of retrograde now, So the planet of good fortune, high purpose comes out of retrograde on December 30th. And this time, as you might imagine, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that, you know, with Jupiter going forward, especially in Taurus, right? And Jupiter is also, I, you can't really say yes or no, but for the wise men to find Jesus, they believe they were following Jupiter retrograde, because how long it takes for Jupiter to be in retrograde, and then as it is going forward, it comes as a standstill, and Jupiter is very, very bright in the sky because it's the largest planet, right? So many think of Jupiter as Santa Claus planet in astrology, because he is the one who brings in expansion. He's brings in, you know, all the beautiful boons and blessings, like Santa delivers the toys to boys and girls. And like Santa, Jupiter is also keeps track on who's being naughty and who's being nice. Jupiter symbolizes as it is the very core, the moral compass in your horoscope. It is the ruler of Sagittarius, which is the higher end of spirituality, and wanting to go to attain. I want to attain that spiritual self. And he is the co-ruler of Pisces. Again, it's about the spirituality, wanting to expand within oneself. So when you wake up on December 30th to a very lucky break, or frutorious, hmm, there, turn of events, then you know that you've passed muster with the divine judge. However, if you wake up to find that there's coal in your stocking in the form of a rebuke or a penalty, then you should take that sign as, you know, you better start doing a little bit better. Jupiter will give you a sign on how well you've been doing. And the wonderful thing about Jupiter is that it is always makes a point to reach out to those who have fallen short and gone astray. Commit to doing good in the world, and Jupiter will do good by you. And that's the beautiful part about Jupiter. Jupiter is a beautiful planet of expansion, but he, as I say that, he expands what is there in front of him. So if the expansion is not so good, then yeah, you know, he'll show it to you, right? And that's the thing about, you know, when we're working with the planets, they will show you, you know, what's going well and what's not going well, right? And this is he's going to be coming up into a conjunction with Uranus next year as well, and that's going to bring in some beautiful experiences and revelations and openings for people, because he's bumping up to the sky god. That's his grandpa. You know, Saturn's his dad, and Uranus is the grandfather. He's the beer of all. Like, he is the ruler of the skies, and he's going to be bumping up to Mr. Ruler of the Sky um in May of next year. So it's going to bring in some very interesting revelations, and I keep on saying revelations, and part of those revelations are going to be, um, because he is the planet of newness, new ideas, new thought, and he's in the sign of values and money and health. It's the earth sign, so there's health things that come into there as well. So in May, we're going to be seeing some huge, and I keep revolts against one's values, one's money system. So it's going to be coming into an awareness. So you're going to also have an awareness of how you can bring forth more I guess, new values into your life, values that are more supportive for you and creative for you. And as he's going forward, this is where he's like, okay, how do you want to create that? How do you want to do that? Right? How do you want to create a better system for yourself, a better support system for you, so that you can maintain it, right? Because he's in the sign. of the bull, and across the way is the sign of Scorpio. So he knows that we you have to have the boundaries, and you have to have the understanding to make sure that put that foundation and work into it. So there is a foundational work that, with Jupiter going forward on December 30th, has for us, going forward, and as we are going to be stepping into the new year, because as he goes forward, Mercury is going to be going forward on January 1st. So so we have this, the god of communication and the god of expansion in the sky. This is where information coming in, information of how we are going to obtain our higher spiritual selves as we go into 2024 and maintain it in a way that is healthy, and a way that brings forth commitment, joy, courage, and humility. And that's, as we are going to be stepping in, and that's going to be very important, because we're going to find that there's probably going to be more people that don't want to be woken up, don't want to do this, want to be just shut up, be quiet, go with the flow, do what you're told, don't step out of line, don't try and make any ripples in the ocean. Just just do it. And you have to be that beautiful light, that candle, the candle in the wind, that comes in and does this, whether it's for your family, whether it's for your coworkers, whether it's for your, just as you are going out into your daily routine, whether it's a walk, whether it's um going shopping, being that light, being that consistent um energy for others. And it's not that to deplete you, or to that you're exhausted and tired, because the other thing too is that with this is understanding, well, I need to also have time to do for me. I need to have time to do my completion. I need time to come into my solace, my meditation, my unique self, to allow myself to regain, restore, revitalize. I mean, that's what Mercury does when he's retrograding, right? So it's all the re's, and that's what you got to look at. Like right now, it's like I got to revise, revitalize myself. I have to, restock. What do I need to restock on for myself, so that I can take this and go forward, in uncertainty, and in a world that feels shaky and a little bit crazy. Right? So, and feeling that. So this is where, okay, this is what I need to do for myself at this time. And taking the breaths and doing the breath work. And it seems like a lot, but once you start to implement all of these little things into your life, it's easy peasy. And in January, I start my meditations on Sunday. So every Sunday, I'm going to be having meditations. And if you want to join me for Sunday, Sundays in January, it's $20. So if you want to join me, and that's 4 meditations, we're going to be doing them in the morning. And yeah, they're going to be good. I have different themes I have with the different ones that I'm going to be doing in for the 4 Sundays, and then we'll continue on, and we'll see how it goes for February and so on. But I like Sundays, because Sundays is kind of like the kickoff for the week for many people. It is the day before they have to, go back to their muggle jobs and things. So it's really nice to have that intention, that motivation, in order to go forward. So I did find my deck. Um, Olivia and I went to the Rite of Ritual, and I found my deck. So I was so happy. You're setting up your jar. Oh, right on. Right on. So the other things that I'm doing is I have the releasement of 2023 on January 6th if you wish to join me and emerge into the time of creativity and a time of dreaming. And as we are letting go of what of our journey that we just had over the last 12 months, and we're entering into a new journey, taking some time to sort of recoup, realign ourselves into a place where um, we can start creating and becoming the co-creator. So, oh, and there's another deck I saw. I didn't even know, but that deck was like 70 some dollars, and it didn't have a book or anything with it. Um, I think it was called Soul, a beautiful deck. Like it was a beautiful tarot deck. And even my daughter wanted it. So, and I just like, oh, I can't do that right now. So much on the go. But it was like $79. But it was a beautiful deck. And I'm just like, oh, I like that deck. It was very beautiful. Very pretty. I think it was called Soul Tarot, if I'm not mistaken. But it was absolutely beautiful. So let's pull some cards for us on this Christmas Eve. As we step forward into the Christmas, what do we have first? Oh, wow, we got to get busy. If you've been sort of laying around, don't be laying around. We got the Four of Swords reversed. So the Four of Swords comes in and it's reversed. So it's trying to tell us something that we need to start looking at, something more within our life. Swords are always, and especially when they're coming down, it's where it's not telling us that we need to rest anymore. It's, this is where it's like the swords are coming up. So it's like, are we missing information? Is there information that's being missed? So here it is. It's like, being relaxing. But the thing is that there's a loss of stability too. So when the Four of Swords is reversed, there's, where everything is like, okay, calm, cool. It's reversed. So everything is turned upside down. So it's that stability. It is the overburdening. So maybe feeling overwhelmed because it's Christmas Eve, got a lot on your plate, things that you got to do. This is where, how can you be more active in making positive changes in your life? So here it comes. How can you be more active in making positive changes in your life? And as you do that, I'm pulling these all, I'm just picking them up like this. We have the Knight of, so it's stability. So it's coming into stability. So what's that stability that you need to do? This is the Knight. This is coming in and saying, okay, what's that stability that something's shaken up in your life? And even though this is Christmas Eve, life still goes on, things are still happening. So this is like, really saying, you might be bored, you might be, there's restlessness there, there's stagnation there. And so you want to start changing things into a positive way, into a positive effect in your life. How are you going to do that? This is about, making room for new opportunities. If you want to bring in joy and happiness, well, you got to do something, right? You can't just sit there and say, well, I'll just wait until it just happens, right? No, there's got to be some kind of motivation. And in comes the King of Wands. So that you got to have some passion when it comes into it. The king is passionate. I love the King of Wands. So, you're indicating that someone's non-spontaneous. This is where this is about bringing in the spontaneity. This is bringing in and cultivating that spontaneity and changing things so that you can have what it is that you want to create. You can make every excuse of why you can't have it, but there's always something you can do, something steps you can take to change things around. Things might seem like they're totally out of control and you're feeling very overwhelmed with the world and maybe with how things are unfolding for you. But in comes the king of passion, the king of, he's married to the queen of I don't give a shit. Like, this is what I love. This is what I want to do. I want to bake at 3 o'clock in the morning because it feels good. Then bake at 3 o'clock in the morning because it feels good. Right. Because she's doing what she loves. It's her passion. And in comes the king, and he wants to make sure, okay, if that's your passion, I mean, he's wearing all the colors. He's wearing the red and the green and the blue and the gold. So he's bringing in all of these beautiful things and saying, you got to step into your passion. And it's the king. It's not like the ace of wands or something. This is the king of wands. This is a guy who's saying, you got to get your act together, baby. You got to start doing, you got to start going. This is motivational. This is movement. He wants you to get up and move. He doesn't want you to sit around and do ho hum. He says this is being allowing for you to be charismatic and energetic and loving. So this is like, how are you connecting with the people around you? How are you getting out there? Am I making a deeper spiritual connection, and having a deeper practice in my life? What does that look like? And is it, the people, sometimes people say, well, that's not important. Yeah, it is important. It is important for you to have a spiritual practice. It is important for you to have a prayer practice and a meditation practice. Those things are very important because those things are going to allow for you to have something of substance and sustainability. When more shit keeps coming in and you feel like things are being bulldozed, this is like to be inspired and coming into that truly inspirational self, and connecting with people around you is going to be extremely important. Very important in 2024. Having that community around you. If you don't have a community around you that you could call on or drive over to, it's going to be important to be able to do that. Trust me, it's going to be important to be able to do that. And being like, this is where it's like being perceptive of the skills and abilities of others. So you have the skills and the ability of others, because if I can't do something, well, maybe there's somebody out there that can, right? So I want to have them. I want to befriend them. I want to learn from them. That's going to be a very important piece too. And this is where it's like, the king of wands lives by code. He has his code that he lives by. And it's embracing that code in that substance of you. That's so important. There you go. Whew, I love these new cards. Just love them. Thank you, everybody. And if you want to get a full moon reading, let me know. Today they're $25, and they'll be going out shortly. So sending you guys up so much love. May the Lord and Lady watch over you and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Have a blessed Christmas Eve. Sit back. If you, take a little bit of a break, have a little bit of Bailey's, and enjoy. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Blessings. We'll talk to you. I'll probably peek in here tomorrow sometime. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.